Hello everyone, and once again welcome to my channel. In this video, we will read class 6 poem The Wonderful Words by Mary O'Neill. Students, can you imagine the world without words? How would we express ourselves if there are no words? Words are food and dress of thoughts. This is the opinion reflected in the poem The Wonderful Words. Before reading the poem, do you know these amazing facts about words? The first word believed to have uttered by human was ah, which meant hey. By the age of 5, a child can have a vocabulary of up to 2,500 words. Swims will be swims even when turned upside down. That means it is mirror image of itself. I is the shortest, oldest and most commonly used word. Now this is tricky. Pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcano coniosis is the longest English word accepted by most of the dictionaries. This refers to a lung disease contracted from the inhalation of very fine silica particles, specifically from volcanoes. So these were some amazing facts about words. Now let's read the poem, The Wonderful Words by Mary O'Neill. Never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it. Shrivel means to shrink, to wrinkle. Never let your thoughts shrink or die in your mind for want of a way. For want of means for the need of a way. Because you don't have a way to express it. For English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. Because English is a wonderful game. It's a wonderful language which all of us can play. That means which all of us can understand and learn. So never just let your thought die in your mind and do not let it out because you don't know how to express it. Because we all can learn English and express our thoughts through this beautiful language. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thought in your head. So how do you play this game? You just have to match the appropriate words through which you can express your thought and bring it out of your head. The brightest thought which is in your head, match it with the proper word and just bring it out so that they come out clear and true and handsomely groomed and fed. So that your thoughts come out very clear and very true and handsomely, that means attractively, groomed, well decorated, well nourished, well nurtured and fed. So you just have to match the words with the thought in your mind and you just have to express this very beautifully. You have to bring it out, nurture it and bring it out very beautifully. For many of the loveliest things have never yet been said because there are so many lovely thoughts, so many lovely ideas in your mind which you have not yet expressed. Especially small kids, they have so many ideas, so many thoughts, wonderful words in their mind, but they can't express because they don't know how to express it. So you just have to think of the nice words which can match with your thoughts and you just have to bring it out of your brain. Words are the food and dress of thought. Like our body needs food, nourishment in the form of food and nice dress for us to look nice, for us to look presentable, appear in front of others. In the same way, words are also the food and dress of thought. Beautiful words can be matched with beautiful thought in our mind and can be expressed. They give it its body and swing. So, words give body and swing, the way to let it out for the thoughts. And everyone's longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful things. Longing means desiring, wanting. So everybody wants to hear something new, something fresh, not just the old things that we always hear. Everybody wants to hear something beautiful and fresh, especially from the young minds. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. What is prison behind your eyes? What is behind our eyes? It's our brain. And where does thought stays? It stays in our brain. So we need to free those thoughts from the prison of our brain. Those thoughts need to come out. Maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise. Maybe in the prison of your mind there is some wonderful, marvelous means wonderful, new and surprising thoughts which needs to be freed, which needs to be come out of that prison of our mind. So what do we need to do? We need to give food and dress to thoughts. What is food and dress of thoughts? It's the word. We need to give appropriate words to the thought which is captured in the prison of our mind. We just need to free it by giving it proper words. There are marvelous surprises. There are many wonderful, marvelous new thoughts in our mind which we need to bring out through our mind. So this was the poem, The Wonderful Word by Mary O'Neill. Students, here I want you to learn a figure of speech which is called metaphor. What is metaphor? Metaphor is a figure of speech in which a thing is regarded as representative or symbol of something else. In the previous poems, we have read simile. What is simile? When two things are compared using as, like or so. Similarly, in metaphor also we compare two things but without using as, like or so. For example, see this. Sachin is the god of cricket. We have not written Sachin is like the god of cricket, is as the god of cricket, but we are directly comparing Sachin with the god of cricket. So there is metaphor here. In 2 lines above, words are the food and dress of thought and prison behind our eyes. There is metaphor. Words are compared to food and dress of thoughts and mind is compared to prison. So we have metaphor here. So I hope you have understood metaphor, the figure of speech. Now let's see some textual exercise. With your partner, complete the following sentences in your own words using the ideas in the poem. Do not let a thought shrivel and die because you cannot find a way to say it. English is a wonderful game with words that everyone can play. One has to match the words to the brightest thought in the mind. Words are the food and dress of thoughts. Next, in group of 4, discuss the following lines and their meanings. These are your textual questions. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head. So answer, according to the poet, English is a wonderful language that everyone can speak. All that one needs to do is put his or her brightest thoughts in the appropriate words and then express their thoughts. For many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. We all have lovely thoughts in our minds and many times people do not know how to express it. The best way to express the thoughts is to put them in words. As loveliest and sweetest things might never have been said and they have been in the minds only. So one must not let the thoughts die and bring them forward as they could turn out to be one of the loveliest things not yet spoken. Next, and everyone's longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. Youngsters are the synonym of freshness and beauty because of their unexpressed and beautiful thoughts, which everyone wants to hear. Everybody wants to hear something new and different rather than same repeated words. Next, but only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Prison behind the eyes refer to the brain which contains so many beautiful thoughts, which needs to be set free to come out of our brains. These thoughts should not just die in our brains because of lack of ways to express it. They should come out and get expressed in the form of words. So students, if you have a beautiful thought in your mind, just let those thoughts come out through beautiful, wonderful words. So this was the poem, Wonderful Words. I hope students you have liked it, you have understood it well. Do comment and tell me about your thoughts. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.